that this is the first time I can ever remember the Indiana Fever selling out. It's been tough for the Indiana Fever to get a lot of fans in the building. This is way more fans than they had last year for their home opener. I think this was like 10,000 more fans than they had last year for their home opener. 17,274 fans came out to watch the home debut, of the Indiana Fever. And specifically, we all know this, they came to watch Caitlin Clark. And guys, while they came to watch Caitlin Clark do her thing, they did get an introduction to the other players in the league. And I think this is what makes it so special, right? This makes it so special. You have a lot of new fans coming in, whether or not they watched on TV or whether or not they were in the building. We all know why they came in, and I see nothing wrong with that. But today, if they didn't know the name Brianna Stewart, they know now, right? If they didn't know the name Benijah Laney Hamilton, they know now. I think this is awesome, truly. But the key really is this Indiana Fever team wants to keep those fans. And part of the reason why people like Caitlin Clark is because she hits 3-point shots like crazy. She hits all the crazy shots, right? She hits like Steph Curry level shots. But also, she's a winner. And her Iowa team, especially in the last 2 years, were winners. They won almost all their games, right? And people like that. And the hard part is, will these fans stay when the Fever are 0-5 to start the season? That's the thing. That is the absolute thing. I hope they stay. I really do. I do think that this Fever team needs to make some offensive changes. I'm going to talk about those in just a sec. But at first, I did want to call out the sellout and say, yes, this is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But we want to make sure that fans aren't just coming out and then eventually getting discouraged by seeing how terrible this Indiana team is and just leaving, right? And not selling out games, not watching the games on TV. And so that's the hard part, because people love Caitlin Clark. And this is not against any other players. I am just, in this moment, I am specifically talking about Caitlin Clark. But they know her as a winner. They know her as a winner. Yes, lost 2 years in a row in the championship, but they know her as a winner. And will these fans stay? Because, go back 2 years ago, the Indiana Fever sucked and nobody was coming to tickets to go to games were cheap, very, very cheap, because the team was not very good. Will the fan base stay if this Indiana Fever team has a bad season? Will they stay if they have a bad season? I think that is the huge, huge, huge question. All right, Strong Gamer says, as a longtime suffering Knicks fan from the Midwest, Fever basketball is very familiar. Writing it out as a new WNBA and Fever fan. Sites is like Luke Walton 2.0. Not Luke Walton. I really like Luke Walton as a player. I was a fan of his when he played for the Lakers. Coach Luke Walton, different story. But player Luke Walton, I liked him. High Vibrations, thank you so much for the super chat, says, me singing to the Caitlin Clark stands, can you stand the rain? And I hope they can. I really, really do hope they can. Indiana went 1-1 for the preseason. But the season started on Tuesday, and then we saw, the Indiana Fever lose to the Connecticut Sun, which is, they were the third best team last season, one of the best defensive teams in the league, and they beat Indiana. Not too surprising on that one. Then Indiana just played the New York Liberty, got killed. They play the New York Liberty one more time, and that's on Saturday. And this is actually going to be at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. This game is going to be on ABC. So, yeah. So yeah, rematch on that front, and then on Monday, rematch against Connecticut, and then on May the 22nd, you are going to Seattle. Okay, so this is a tough starting schedule. You have the Commissioner's Cup champs that you faced twice. You have the third best team in the league last year that you played twice. Then you played the Seattle Storm, which I believe is going to be in the finals this year. Though they did have a really bad first game, so we'll see what's going on with that. But the Seattle Storm is a really good team. They do play against the LA Sparks on the 24th. That is where I am anticipating the Fever to make their first win. I'm anticipating their first win happening that game, May the 24th. All right, that's when I see that happening. Okay, and then they play Vegas, which they're gonna lose in that one. And they play the Sparks again, which they'll win, in my opinion. So and then they play Seattle. So it is a tough schedule to start, but it does get easier. So if you are a Caitlin Clark specific fan, I will just say, you all be patient with this team. They're going to lose quite a few games to start, but they're gonna get better. They're gonna get better. They're ultimately going to be a better team than they were last year. I still believe they have a chance of making the playoffs, and I think it'll be fine. Okay, so if you're a new fan, please stick it out with this team. Stick it out with this team. And I think they'll get better at time. It's just that they had a horrible schedule, like absolute horrible schedule. Liquid says, let's see how long they're going to support her. Yeah, I mean that's the thing that's is not good, right? If you are a Caitlin Clark fan, you need to be a Caitlin Clark fan regardless of if her team is winning or losing. Okay, that's my opinion at least. So stay with this team, stick it out. They got a promotion right now where they saying get 20% off tickets. So get your tickets, guys. Get your tickets.